It's new knife day. Let's go. Just got my mail. I ordered this from NAF Sales and finally got it. Didn't take very long, which I was super thrilled to see. And I believe this is actually directly from GiantMouse. I'd have to reread the listing, but this is the GiantMouse Ace Tribeca in titanium. Comes in this cardboard box. All my Ace knives have always come in this type of packaging, so nothing's changed there. The weight, I can already tell, is a lot heavier than what I have been carrying, which has been the rib. Love this thing. It's so nice. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Tribeca. So let's take a look and see what's inside there. Okay. So you do get your little canvas bag that always comes in. At least, once again, all the GiantMouse knives that I've gotten. Let's take a look here. So this is my first look. First thing, of course, you got your wire or paperclip style pocket clip. Very small. Okay, so the flipper tab is very small. I like that a lot. Of course, you got your back spacer. Titanium looks really, really smooth. You can tell this was never carried. It's very, very clean. Let's see, the centering looks okay. If you ask me, it's a little bit to the show side, but I mean that's understandable. It's a liner lock. It's being pressed over there. Let's take a look at that action here. Oh man. That is butter. Oh, first impressions. Let's take a look at that. Oh, that is smooth. Oofda. That is clean. Super, super big fan. Okay. That is. It's a little sticky. And that, like I said, this isn't directly from GiantMouse, so I'm not going to give you a major review on if that's bad or good. I will say, though, ergonomics, let's pull back here, feels really good. Oh, yeah, that choil is right on top. Oh, man, that is very ergonomic. The jimping up front here, oh, very nice. I love how they crowned off that spine there. That is nice. It feels so good. The ergonomics are great. I am already a fan. I like this. The weight definitely makes you feel like you got something in your hand, which is good. I like that. I've been carrying around the rib for so long, and it's so light compared to the Tribeca. Let's take a look at them side by side here. You know, very decent size, but like I said, they're not the exact same knife. Weight-wise, definitely a major big difference. It's not even a way to say it. Major difference, let's just say it that way instead. One thing I do like here is the little jimping on the back spacer here. A little jimping there. Makes you feel like you got something in the palm, that's good. The rib also has that as well, I like that. Man, that is nice. You feel like you got some in there. And this isn't a flipper tab. This is like a press tab. I like that. A lot. The liner lock, or as other people would say, oh, I don't know. That's so good. The lock, everybody says that this is really difficult, but I'm going to show you up front. There's a little bit of space there. This is way easier to close than any of the other GiantMouses that GiantMices that I've carried. This is smooth. I was fallen in love with this immediately as soon as I saw Jesper post a short little reel over on Instagram. Posted this right away, and I was like, I gotta get my hands on that. I, of course, started out with a CRKT Pilar, and I just love the ergonomics. I can't even front flick it. This thing is just, it's a great knife, but you know, there's a saying out there, you get what you pay for. And then, of course, I moved on really quick to the Riv. Very, very similar knife. I mean, there's no question about it that these are basically identical. And of course, the flipper tab is what I fell in love with. And moved on to, of course, a Fox Yaru. Love that thing. Butter smooth again. And I'll be honest with you, actually comparing those side to side, the liner lock, Jesper told me in a message that he liked the liner locks better than the frame locks. And I think I'm going to have to say I could agree with that. Ooh, I don't know, GiantMouse is so smooth. I love the idea behind this Fox Yaru. You can see inside there that there's some what do you call those? Backstops, I guess you could say, for over travel. That, I don't know, this definitely beats it. So I'm going to say Tribeca here is outstanding. Oh, I love how smooth that is. Let's take a look actually at another knife, the Atelier. Here's the coin. But let's take a look at the Atelier and compare it really quick here. This one actually belongs to House of Blades, and I'm just actually checking it out. And this is the micarta. The weight difference is actually quite different. I fell in love with the Atelier, but what I missed was the tab. I love a flipper tab. This is so light. I love that blade. So let's compare these side by side here. Size-wise, very, very close. Very close. I will say though, if the Atelier had a flipper tab like that, that would be money. That would be absolutely money. Oh, it's getting better. The more I play with this, the better it becomes. The Atelier is also a nice drop shutty. Wow, okay. If the Atelier had a flipper like the Tribeca, I think I would call that the perfect knife. Although the Tribeca is, man, they're so close in size. The Tribeca is just a little bit here when you stand it up, a little bit taller. And blade is almost identical size-wise. But I do love that little harpoon on the Atelier. That is so nice. Once again, another one. Another thing I just noticed just now, it just dawned on me, that finger choil on the Tribeca, sold. Yep, that gets you closer up to that jimping that's on the blade. Of course, that crowned, oh, that is so nice. That's crowned. The Atelier, it has a little swedge in there, so that smooth crown is so nice on the back, on the spine. Of course, you see that with the, it's actually more rounded off on the, yeah, it is, on the Tribeca than it is on the Riv. One thing with the, let's take a look at the GiantMouse. Or sorry, the Fox. Of course, that has a swedge too, very similar to the Atelier. Of course, this has a flipper tab that I really, really like, and it has that finger choil. Of course, comparing it to the CRKT, just a chunk of straight off metal. There's no crowning, no nothing. That is just so uncomfortable feeling. You can see mine's really loose. I beat this up quite a bit. You can see major differences, but we're not here to compare these. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. Let's go back to the GiantMouse Tribeca. I'll go over some quick, of course, stats. You are looking at a liner lock, and you are looking at a bead blasted titanium. The locking mechanism is a liner lock, but it's really, really nice. I've had some really different liner locks that I've not been a fan of, and this one wins. This one wins. I would say I have no problem getting my finger in there. I've heard people complain about that. I have no problem with that. That is really good. There are better ones, I will agree, but they're much, much worse. Of course, you have your paperclip style. That's the one thing I'm going to have to change. I don't like that. Not a fan. It is actually extremely good to use, of course. I get it. It's light, but you know, you're paying what, $285 for a paper clip that looks like that? Nah. Pocket clip definitely needs some upgrade. You know, this is really, really good looking on the Fox. I think we're gonna switch over to this. That's what we'll do, I think, today here. Of course, going back here, you've got the pivot mechanism is ball bearing inside there, and I believe they're not steel ball bearings, so maybe see some skiffs in there. I've seen Lefty do that. That would be pretty cool to check out as well. You got MagnaCut steel. That is actually another controversial thing. I've heard many people say that. Let's clean it off before we get too crazy here. It's got a little knife lube in there. I'm sure that's from the previous owner. But man, that CPM MagnaCut, like I said, once again, another controversial. People say the hardness is soft. You hear that from Italian-made knives. I don't know if I believe that fully. And I don't mind sharpening a knife, not one bit. That's actually probably a better thing, you know. If it's too hard to sharpen, you're not going to enjoy using it because then you're not going to want to sharpen it. So that's okay with me, I guess, honestly. And this wire clip is reversible. Liner locks are great for lefties, so you can flip that around if you do want to be a lefty. You know, some lefties always want to be righties, you know what I mean? If you're left, you want to be right. Bad joke. Anyways, of course, liner locks are great for lefties because you're not sitting on the frame lock. You know, usually a right-handed person can move their hands up here and flick it out or flip it out that way. If you're left-handed, you're always kind of pushing on there. So that's nice for liner locks. A good thing it is lefty reversible. And let's take a look here. This back spacer here, like we talked about that, it's got some jimping on there. That's brass. I think that's where most of the weight just really comes in, but let's take a look at that. You know, that might actually be a good thing. The balance is great. And if I can hold my own balance, but you know, without that, I bet you this thing would be tipping down like that. So that's probably really good, actually, when you really think about it. We talked about the titanium. We talked about the steel of the blade. Let's talk about some of the dimensions. So the blade length is 2.875 inches or 73 millimeters, measured from tip to the most forward of the frame. So that's right here. So from there to there. The blade thickness, of course, is 0.13 or 3.25 millimeters. The handle length, you're looking at 4 inches or 101.6 millimeters. The overall length, so if you're looking at this way, the overall length is 7.375 or 187.3 millimeters. So here's where it gets kind of crazy. The weight, I thought, felt heavy, but actually knowing the weight, you're looking at 5.1 ounces. That's actually not that bad. What was I holding the other day? That was 6.5. Oh, yeah, it was the last video on the cold steel 8015. That was way heavier than this, and I thought, you know, that wasn't so bad. And that was the light, so this isn't bad. Of course, this is a knife manufactured in Italy. I think if you, oops, oh, I failed that one. I think if you open this up, you would see it would say Italy inside there most likely. This is clean. One thing okay, yeah, you can see that the person who had this before me had a little bit of grease in there. They oil this up here. Got a little of that burning. That's what I've heard from a few other people who've looked at this knife. That burning's okay with me. I'm sure there's a reason, and I should have done more research and found that out. Like I said, this is more of an unboxing, checking it out, giving me my first impressions. And you know what? It's nailing it. This is so good in the hand. So smooth. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like with skiffs. And like I said, if you have one of these in your hand, the Riv is a flipper. This one is more of a push button. I know it's not a button at all, but you just push it and it flips out so butter smooth. Let's do the old test here. Is this a 5-finger knife? What's a 5-finger knife? Can you deploy it with every finger? No edits here, so here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and of course you need the thumb. Let's do the thumb. 5. This is a 5-finger knife. This is pure Fidget. You got the flipper, thumb, back flip, or spidey flick, or whatever you want to call that, reverse flick. I've heard it called many things, so I would say this is fidgety. It's just so butter smooth. One-handed operated knife. That's huge for me. Let's move over. Let's take this off here. Let's swap these out here. Let's put the lynch clip on to the Tribeca from the Ace. Riv, let me go find my original one for you. We are back here. Found the original clip for the Riv, and then I realized that the last time I used this torque bit, I had stripped it and just had to go out to the garage just now and grind her down. I really need to invest in some new bits apparently. Hopefully this works. Yeah, that's much better. I think I was taking apart one of my Demcos. I was trying to, sorry, not Demco, what was it? No, it was Damn Design, one of the fixed blades. I wanted to take out the scales, but I had stripped it on that. That was something, I tell you what. I couldn't believe how tight they were, so I never actually got a chance to take them completely off. But I guess I'll have to go to the grinder with a couple of the other ones too as well. Let's see here, how do we get this off? I don't want to lose any screws here. Before we get too crazy, let's put this back in there. The Riv, though, I tell you what, this is a absolute beautiful looking knife, feeling knife. I know these clips are not really elegant looking, but you know, they go a long way when it comes to actually using and pocketing the knife. So I knock it, but they just don't look that cool. If you know me, I like the Ramon Chavez. I love the way that looks. Let's clean this quick here. I like that Chavez clip. When people see that in the pocket, they know what I'm carrying. And when it comes to these wire clips, you see those and people don't really know what you have, which is okay, I guess, if you want to put it one way. But I want people to know, like, that guy's got a cool knife. It's kind of a flex, I guess you could say. And I know what these are tools at the end of the day. I completely understand that, but you know, I think we all kind of have our own preferences. We all want to flex a little bit, don't we? I mean, we're all human. We want that human interaction. Anyway, I digress. Let's put this back together and let's take a look at it. Oh man, that's gonna look so good. I actually saw this on their website over at Lynch Clip. They had this exact configuration. I don't think they had the one with the feather though. Does that not just look good? Oh man, that is sweet. Let me check the pocket really quick here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's nice. Let's do a little comparison here. Let's compare a couple knives together and see what they look like. Alright, let's take a look at this Tribeca here. I will say it is absolutely beautiful. One thing that I learned here is it's a carefully crafted with Italian passion, but the name is tribute to the beloved New York City neighborhood. Cool fun fact. Let's take a look here and compare it to a few knives. let's bring in that A Tilly A, of course, which made me think about purchasing the Tribeca in the first place, and we'll put the Fox Yaru up against it as well. Get a good idea what they look like together. Let's put the Pilar in there, Pilar, and throw in the Riv. Give that a good comparison. Obviously, huge difference. You can see these are so much closer together. And let's put a Benchmade Bug Out in there. Very similar. Wow, okay. That one throws me off. I didn't realize that they would be so close. This is one that, oops. Here is the Spyderco Para 3. Man, that is like the exact, wow. Okay, okay. Got the same finger choil. You've got a Spidey hole. They are almost identical. I didn't realize how close those were. That is cool. Okay. This is good to learn. Okay. They are very, very similar in size. I did not realize that they would be so close. That is awesome. Okay. Learned something new today. That is awesome to know. I am a huge fan of the Para 3, and this could take the cake though. I was going to upgrade this to another one, but after holding these in hand, they are so close. Man, they are so close in the same size. Okay, that's cool to know. Let's grab some other knives here, take a look at them together. And what should we grab here? Here's a hey, get out of here, Siri. Nah, get out of here. Hey, Siri, stop. I was talking to my viewers here. Here is the Demco AD 20.5. Very similar to that one as well. And these are like some of my favorite knives. These are my normal everyday carry knives. These are the ones that I love to carry. So that's really putting it into perspective. Okay. These knives have been, man, I guess you could say I kind of have a style, can't you? They're very similar. That's cool to know. Okay. Let's throw in a fixed blade here. One of my favorite fixed blades, of course. Well, it's much bigger. But these are kind of some of the knives that I carry, and probably knives that other people have as well. I'm an incredibly big fan. I am, right out the box, really, really liking this. So I knew I was going to like it, but I didn't think I was going to like it that much. This is definitely going to be one of my new favorite knives. I have a strong feeling. Obviously, I'm jumping the gun. I'm in the honeymoon phase. But, man, you can do that reverse flick. I will say it's a little tight, but, you know, like I said, it's probably never been broken in. The information on there did say that it was simply used for photos. So if you never carried it, I can believe that. You know, it is got that brand new feel to it. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments here. Let me know if you like this or not. This is the GiantMouse Tribeca in titanium. And like I said, did I make a mistake by putting... And did I make a mistake by putting on that lynch clip on there? Let me know down in the comments here.